to make the 5 if they can win today. That's all they need to focus on, and we're underway. The Cats and the Tigers, and O'Keefe sharked the ruck contest straight from O'Brien. Kicks inside 50. Duffy's onto it into the pocket. Corralled there close to the boundary line by Josh Harris, who nudges it out. It'll be thrown back in, and quick clearance from the Cats. And Chris Skillam mentioned that they were killed in that area last time these two sides met. So they'll need to fix that one up quickly.
Geez, that was O'Keefe in his Barry Priest medal form.
Oh, he just barged through the pack. One down this time by Upton, who'd moved into the ruck, and then there's a tackle laid by O'Keefe, and they'll ball it up 30 metres out from goal.
So umpire throws it back up. McMahon wins it down with the right hand. Big pack around the play there. Thompson tried to get a shot on goal away, couldn't get the score. Now Lee sets the rebound up for Werribee Districts, kicks to centre wing, looking for Seawick. Ball bounced in front of him. Numbers coming. Molivest came late. The attack at Seawick did really well. Gathered again now. Kicks to half forward. He's got Harrington out there in a one-on-one. Bouncing ball didn't favour him well. Now the ball's going to rebound through Albion. They kick to centre wing. It's a good kick too. It's this teammate on the chest, and they move it forward to half forward. Ball's going to be out of bounds, and it is. We'll get a throw in right half forward for the Cats. So they kick to the club room's end here at Soldiers Reserve. So again, it was O'Brien and McMahon in the ruck. O'Brien reached over, did a great tack, got it to O'Keefe. He just pumped one inside forward 50. McGuinness couldn't gather. Now still loose ball. Black does really well. Can he shrug the tackle? Got his handball away just in time. Now they clear through Lee, but it's a poor kick, fisted away. Prismal gathers. Handballs back into some traffic. Jost did really well with some pace and aggression. Handballs back into the middle. Matty Dean grabs it back to Jost. Sweeping handball out wide to Scudamore. Now he looks inside 50. Can they get a mark? It's a poor kick. Misdirected, miscommunication. Scott Policarpo takes the mark.
And he sends it out the club room side. It was poorly directed. A hand was in there by the Tigers. They've turned it over, but straight to the Cats as they barge out of defence. Running down the wing, there's a bounce kicked into the man on the mark. O'Keefe ghosts onto it for the Cats, gives it back. Left half forward kick inside the 50. Gets over the head of Duffy. Reached up, couldn't get it. Roved the pack, got it back and kicked the goal. Cats on the board first. Duffy spilt the mark and then got front and centre beautifully and dribbled through the opener. Albion 1 straight 6. Werribee yet to score 2.5 gone.
Yeah, good start by both sides. Good ball movement up and down the ground. Just at the moment, Albion defenders are on top. The two forward entries have come out too easy at this stage.
That was Policarpo who took it down from the half-back line for Albion there. It was a pretty good effort from him.
So back in the middle now. Umpire throws it back up. O'Brien with the hit out. Ball still in the centre of the ground here. Soldier Reserve. Umpire comes in.
He's
kicked out a free kick.
Day, isn't he, O'Brien?
It's going the way of the Cats. Moyle's got it. Plays on now. Gets around his Brisnell, gets around Dean, has a bounce, runs to centre half forward. Now he goes for the pass in the pocket. Beautiful play. The mark taken on the chest there by James Thompson. What a run out of the middle by Sean Moyle. It was a bit too easy. They got around two opponents in Prismal and Dean. Way too easy. And now he sets up Thompson. Kicks on its way. That's a great start there for the Cats. They've got the first 2 of the game. James Thompson with his first. Cats have got 2 goals and they lead by that margin. 2 straight to Werribee Districts yet to score. 4 minutes gone first quarter.
Yeah, it just goes to show how important it is to win it out of the middle on this ground and get it down and direct. He's got the job on Matty Dean. Seshu's picked up Morrow. Molivest with Policarpo. Prismal with Wilson and O'Brien with McMahon. It's a big duel here.
So we know the Cats at their best can be dangerous, somewhat annoying to sides trying to do special things like the Tigers breaking into the 5 out of the ruck contest. McMahon won it down. O'Keefe comes out of the congestion, kicks up in the bench direction. That was Cody, slips over at the crucial moment. Tigers might be able to clear. Black received the hand pass. His kick was smothered. Scudamore went in hard, then was caught and pinged for holding the ball. Whoa, it was a tough call.
It's a big tackle. He thought he got the free kick, Chris Scudamore there.
And he takes his time and he throws it back with a bit of interest. And they can come inboard the Cats. Short to O'Keefe, who's had it about half a dozen times already.
Oh.
He plays on, runs into trouble, gets away from Paddy, just hand passes it away. Now they run through the middle. Savage wants the hand pass, he runs onto it, gets into trouble, he lost it, he heard the voice. And now the Tigers have the numbers around the pack, but the Cats did well to hold it up. And it will be balled up at centre half forward with the Cats up by 12. 5.5 minutes into this opening term. McMahon and O'Brien grapple with one another. It was taken by Wilson, who threw it onto the boot inside 50. Well done by Black, who just read the ball beautifully and delivered perfectly up the line for Morrow, who marks on centre wing. He's going to go straight into the middle of the ground. It's collected there for the Tigers. Running through in trouble was Prismal. He's coughed it up straight to Moyle. He was tackled. Umpire circles and pings him. And now Prismal plays on, kicks into the pocket. He's got a man and he hits him. It was knocked out of the hands. Umpire didn't pay the mark to Pizzuto, who said surely that was a mark, and the Cats come out, and a good ball for Rainbow, who marks it right half back in front of Paddy.
So Rainbow goes down the line, looking for a mark there. Done well there. Thompson used the body well. Now kicks Mongrel one inside 50, bouncing ball. It's going to be an interesting contest here. Goes through the Albion forward now, out of the bench. Dribbles one towards goal. He's earned a free kick, I think. Or was it out of bounds?
I think it was out.
Out of bounds in the right forward pocket for the Cats. About 20 around.
Yeah, just with Pizzuto there, I know it should have been paid, but his second and third efforts, you've got to go back and get it.
Yeah, you can't
just
spend
give up
too much time whinging to the umpire.
So the umpire throws it back in. O'Brien paddled it into space at the back. Dangerous territory. Dean bumped off the ball. McGuinness tried to paddle it forward. Now Mollivis grabs it, comes back across goal dangerously in the Jost direction. Bound, sits up for him. No, is able to hold it in. No, out of bounds again with another throw in. Left half back for the Tigers. 7 minutes gone. First quarter. 12 points the margin in favour of Albion. Goals to Dufty and Thomas. In comes the throw in. McMahon in front, won that one down. McGuinness handballs to Mollivis. Now he runs back the wrong way. Just gets a quick kick, goes back towards the boundary line. Plumridge is there, lays a good tackle on Bench. Bench got rid of the handball, but gave it straight to Jose.
Jose kicks into the middle of the ground, too hot for Paddy, gets over his head. Morrow onto it first, gives it to Prismal. He's at left half forward. He could be dangerous on the left here. His kick goes along the ground. It works okay for Seawork, who runs around, snaps towards goal. Pizzuto marks on the line and puts it through. It all happened in such a rush, and the Tigers are on the board. 1 straight 6. They halve the margin. Albion 2 straight 12-8 gone opening term.
Yeah, it's a great start by both sides. It's a free-willing game of football played between the arcs at the moment, but it was just hard running by Josh then that got it over to Prismal. He's got a bit of it at the moment, Prismal, but he's just his disposal and his decision-making. He's just got to tidy that up, but he's getting his hands on it.
So back in the middle, 6-point lead to the Cats. 1 straight to 2 straight. Umpire throws it back up. O'Brien again, he's been brilliant so far. Seawick gets it though, gives it to McMahon. Little short ball in the Mollivis direction, marked on his chest inside this, just still inside the centre square. Moves it on quickly on the left boot. It's a bouncing ball in the Harrington direction. He's given it up though. The Cats look to rebound. The kick's going to hit Thompson though. Went to Savage instead, called him out. He goes, oh, a real short ball. Plumridge smothered it. Montalto gathers. Handballs over the top. Now with Morrow. He's got Prismal inside 50, but they can't hit the target again. And it's Wilson that takes the mark lead, and he goes to switch to the outer side.
So he goes out the far side. O'Keefe takes the mark and plays on quickly. Kicks up towards half forward. He was searching for Taylor. Did well to keep it in and gets away from Donnan. Kicks into the pocket. Dufty on the lead, or was it Thompson?
I think it's Dufty. Will I?
Yeah, Marty Dufty takes the mark. He's about 40 metres out. Pretty tight angle though. He'll have what breeze there is will be blowing back into the field of play. He doesn't waste any time on the approach. Dufty. The drop punt is just offline. Misses to the near side. Albion by 7, 2-1 to 1 straight.
Oh, killed him.
The turnover, though, comes out of defence. The Cats get onto it. It was collected by Moyle, but then they collected him. The Werribee District's defence picked up there. It might get back to Moyle. Thompson with a chance to get onto it for the Cats. Seaweck applies the pressure. O'Brien comes back out to Rainbow. Pokes a kick short, turns it straight over to Morrow. Gives it over the top. A couple of quick hand passes. Seaweck down the broadcast wing on his opposite boot. Kicks in front of Molavas. Gives the hand pass back to Prismal. Now he can steady. He hooks it back. He might have been going for goal. It just cleared the head of Bailey James, who couldn't quite clasp it, and it's off hands and out of play up against the right hand behind post.
Tell you what, he's continuing on his good form from last week. At the moment is Nathan Black. He's run from half back at the moment, setting up some of these attacks.
So Brian wins the hit out. Dangerous spot though, it's in the square. Picked up there by Molavest. Went at the handball looking for Lee, but fumbled it. Can the Cats clear? Almost the throw there. Umpire said no, play on. Now the Cats can clear. The good kick there finds Upton at right half back. Centering ball. Came off though. Did well there. Now they link by hand to the Cats, and a little short ball back to the wing. How will it bounce in the Rainbow direction? Too much on it. Throw in right in front of the Caravan here at Soldiers Reserve.
No one's picking Moyle up in the middle for Albion. He's getting a lot of possessions.
He started on Matty Dean.
Yeah, they seem to be playing miles apart from each other.
So good throw in there by the boundary umpire. O'Brien again with the hit out. Dean tried to barge in, grab it. So Brian though grabs it again, got it to O'Keefe, and a good handball finds Jesse Thompson in some space. He's got an open 50, goes in that direction on the lead. There's a Dufty again. Ball bounced in front of him, ball bounced in the back there. It's going to be cleared by Black.
Black goes across his defensive goal face, looking for Ali Fracco. Didn't bounce kindly for him. He runs onto it, then confronted by the Cats forward line. Hand pass over the top to Scudamore, who kicks down the wing. Poor. It's been turned over by Bettina, who dropped the mark but got the hand pass away. Now a chance for the Cats. Spearing little ball inside 50, picked up by Sloman. Hard up against the boundary line. They've lost it. It was picked up by Policarpo. He got it taken away from him. Collected there by McMillan for the Tigers. There's a whistle on the play. It has trickled out of bounds. They'll throw it in.
Can we check if that ball's flat? I've never seen a ball hit so often and just dribble off blokes' feet as we've seen today so far. It's really heavy.
From the throw-in, Upton and McMahon. McMahon won it down. Chance for Pizzuto was caught as soon as he got it. Straight to Matty Dean, hooks it back towards the wing, turns it over straight to Jonathan O'Brien, who works it quickly across the ground. The switch was good for Rainbow, who takes the mark and then kicks out in front of Jesse Thompson, who had to bend over to take the mark, couldn't quite, but then he gathered the crumbs, gives it to Rainbow, running through the middle of Soldiers Reserve, kicks to full forward, they fly. Thompson went up, couldn't bring it down. Dufty did the crumbing, back to Thompson, threw it onto the boot. It was horrible, and it bounces out of play in the left forward pocket. It was half a chance, didn't get good purchase on it there, James Thompson, and it'll be thrown in the left forward pocket. Albion by 7 points.
Umpire throws it back in now. So McMahon in front. Dufty tries to run onto it. Ball goes back out of bounds, and we're probably a metre out from the left behind post now. So 13.5 gone on first quarter. 7-point lead to the Cats. 2-1, 13 plays 1 straight. It's been end-to-end opening to this game. This one's been a good one to watch. Throw them in, Ruckman spill each other. There's a quick kick out of the air by Harris. Just a clearing one to centre half back. Pizzuto, as you expect, at the bottom of the pack there, trying to drag it out there for Werribee. Still a hot ball. The umpire's going to have to come in. He does. So when he get a ball up, left up. Oh no, free kick picked out. Nope. So he's pointing to the ruckman. Looks like he's paying a free kick there. So at left half forward for the Cats to get the ball up. McMahon wins it down. Bit of paddling ball there. Paddy tried to get in there. Another pack forms. Another ball up. A little bit of push and shove. Pretty much same spot. Another ball up. 14.5 minutes gone now of this first quarter.
So it's at left half forward for the Cats. Tigers struggling to get it out of that defensive area. Straight onto it was James Taylor, and he was caught. And Pizzuto, no surprises to see him at the bottom of the pack again. Midway through the opening quarter, Albion 2-1-13, Werribee Districts 1 straight 6, kicking with the aid of a slight breeze, the home side. Flicked out to the side there by the ruckman, but in Machete, wins it down, still in the congestion. They win the clearance, though the Cats high ball inside 50. They're well set. They almost got in each other's way there, Black and Harkins, but Black used his voice well and then used it nicely for Lee, who goes short. And they've got it at right half back, the Tigers. A long ball up in the direction of Morrow. He was held out of it, and then Bettina just holds his ground and takes the mark. He goes and sends it exactly back where it came, up in the O'Keefe direction, flew aggressively at the ball, then went to ground. Seaweck was there, applies the pressure. Cats get onto it first, but they couldn't keep it in. Whelan sees it over the line. Right on centre wing. And it's been a good start by Albion. They're out in front by 7 points and they win the clearance here, but it was smothered by Montalto and they can go the other way. Well done by Pizzuto, barges through, kick for Morrow, missed the target. Bettina had to mop up, kicks a high ball out towards the wing. Jesse Thompson's got to go, he comes from the back, but Jose did well to take the mark, kicks into the pocket and missed his target there in Morrow.
Mucked it up a few times going inside 50.
Yeah, not a chance of picking that up. It'll be thrown in at half forward.
Yeah, their disposal, Werribee into their forward line has been terrible. They're trying to drill it instead of just putting it out in front and letting the forwards run onto it.
So at the throw-in, Machete works his way to the front. Both rucks had a share of it. The bottom of the pack, Seawex there. And so's Pat Savage. It'll be balled up. 50 metres out from goal. To the end, the Tigers are attacking. Morrow elects to do the ruck work, wins it down. Machete was a chance. It spills out to the side. Morrow goes in and applies the pressure. So does Savage. He lays the tackle. It comes out. Free kick to the Tigers. Savage held on to Seawork for just a moment too long after he'd gotten rid of it. And Bailey Seawork might be a little too far out to score. He'll have to kick it 50.
No, back him in from
he'll
here.
kick that.
Yeah, back him in from here.
But there is a bit of wind behind him.
Very slight.
Slightly left of centre, 48 metres out. Seaweck sends it high. It's working back on the breeze. Is it still in play? It might be. Molavas socketed it back into the field of play. Pizzuto had a play in it. Tried to hack it out of mid-air. It comes out to the side for Moyle. The Cats doing well in defence. Just keeping it out of the hands of the Tigers for the time being. That's a poor hand pass. Turned over. Mark Policarpo did well. But then it went out of bounds, so they'll throw it in.
Smackers, it's almost as if when Werribee come into their forward line, they're so conscious that they haven't got any tools that they don't kick it high.
Yeah, exactly. Just with that too, Kev, Harrington in a different role this week. He's playing at centre-half back on Kev Upton.
I would have thrown him in the ruck to keep him interested.
So from the throw-in, we're going to get another stoppage. Ball up there.
Well, obviously, him taking the role of centre-half back, it frees up Nathan Black to play as that sweeping half-back flanker.
Good move.
Toss back up. Molavas in the ruck this time wins it, but the clearance goes the way of the Cats. They kick it to left half back there, and they're going to get a stoppage. No, umpire went to blow the whistle, called play on. Still a loose ball there. Upton there lays a tackle. Another ball up though. So right half forward for Werribee Districts. Still they trail by 7 points, 2-1 to 1 straight. Umpire throws it back up. Machete wins it down. Still a bouncing ball in the air. No one can still pick it up though. Plays it around the ball. Still hot ball, handball into space. Did well there. Upton gathers, tried to shrug the tackle.
Oh, he's played dropping the ball.
Well, he went to shrug the tackle, got tackled. Ball went out of bounds. The umpires picked out a free kick. I guess the shrug was the prior opportunity.
Well, if he dropped the ball, then it's probably fair enough.
So free kick goes the way of Werribee Districts. Now they pump it inside 50. Molavas flies at the back. Couldn't get his hands to it. Still they lay the pressure though. Molavas' good second effort. Now the Cats look to clear there through Machete. It's a high ball to half-back. Ball spills forward there. Policarpo with a handball. Prismal lays a tackle. Sees his opponent out of bounds and we'll get another throw in.
Close to time on in the opening term. Albion by 7 points. Knocked over the back. Cats with a chance. Montalto's there. Harrington puts his head over the ball. Umpire allows it to go. Picked up by Nelson, the inclusion. Donnan's there applying the pressure, and no surprises, Sean Moyles at the bottom of the pack. He's had plenty of looks at the footy today.
Scrappy last couple of minutes.
The pace has slowed down too, hasn't it, boys, since the frenetic start.
They need the rest.
It was a frantic start.
They've blown up a bit, the boys.
Cats by 7. Machete goes up, wins it down, straight back into the pack, then lays the tackle. The umpire will do it again. 20 and a quarter minutes gone in this opening term.
We've moved 10 metres in about 5 minutes, I reckon.
Yeah, both sides have only got 4 men each in their forward line, so the rest of the numbers are pushed up.
At the stoppage, there's a sweeping hand pass from the Cats. It goes forward to the ball, but Jose was in the way, gives the hand pass over the top. Kick forward to the play for the Tigers was ill-directed. There's been a whistle picked out.
Way off the ball, the umpire.
He's picked that out from the car park, that umpire.
And they've paid it downfield, and now Chris Molovas has it. He drills a ball inside 50. Horrible kick. Morrow made it work, though. He picked it up brilliantly, then was caught in the tackle, tried to get it to Seaweck. It comes back to Morrow, plays on, claims advantage, and wobbles the kick into the pocket and misses everything. And it bounces out of play, and they'll throw it in.
Right about the passes inside 50, they're just trying to drill them, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's just put a little bit of loop on them.
So it'll be thrown in 25 metres out from Werribee's district's goal. In the left forward pocket, Prismal leads them to the front. O'Brien did well to get a hand onto it from the contest. It spills out to the side. Seaweck curling, a behind. Didn't quite pull it back enough.
He's looked dangerous every time it's been down there.
He has. 117 Werribee Districts, Albion 2-1-13. 21 and a half minutes gone. And Pat Savage to do the kicking in for Albion. The Tigers have stopped the Cats' run for the most part. Kick out of defence. O'Brien went up, went straight front and centre to Pizzuto. He gave it to Ali Fracco, whose kick was good for Morrow. He's at right half forward, too far out to score. Sets it in the Paddy direction, popped it on top of his head. Wasn't the best option. Molovas had a play in it, won it down to the front. O'Keefe gave it to Savage. It's still loose. They're winning the possessions here. A chance as a whistle. It's a free kick to the Tigers for holding the ball, and Bailey Seaweck, who's been buzzing around up there, wins himself a free kick and a set shot from 40 out.
Yeah, this kid's too good to be playing at this level.
He'll kick from 40, slightly right of centre.
Got the right body, though, to be playing at a high level.
Yeah, he's a bit small, but he gets plenty of it. Kevin, he does tackle.
Kicks on its way, it's across the face, it's behind. He's got 2. 1-2-8. The Tigers, Albion 2-1-13. 5 points the difference. Nearing the 23-minute mark. The Savage will send it back out the exact same position, searching for O'Brien. This time, oh no, he didn't quite take it. And it's been paid to play on by the umpire. Chance for the Cats, picked up by Rainbow, gives the hand pass over the top. They slick fire hand in the congestion, but they've lost it. Pizzuto applies the pressure, dives in, left it behind. Matty Dean tries to lay a tackle. Sloman works it out to the side, and now they've won it over the back, the Cats, where they've looked their most dangerous, but Upton's kick lets them down. It was poorly executed, and it went straight to Adam Harkins, who marks, and he's turned it over straight back to the man who turned it over to him, and Upton has it. He goes through the middle for O'Keefe, who dropped the mark, but he gathered it as quickly as he dropped it and sends the Cats up to half forward. A chance now for Thompson, who comes up to meet it. Rather, it's Moyle. He's too far out to score, kicks into the pocket, and the mark's taken. Marty Dufty glides in.
Scudamore thought he touched it.
Yeah, good hands, though, by Dufty. Had to reach up for it. Wow. And the Cats really against the run of play will have a set shot.
Yeah, it was in the Werribee forward half for about 5-7 minutes there, and then
just that
one opportunity they gave.
Kick of Kev Upton, it paid off in the end, and full credit to him. He pulled the trigger, and they've got a scoring shot.
Dufty for his second. He's got it. Beautiful drop punt from Marty Dufty, and he takes full toll on the break from half-back. Albion by 11 points, 3-1-19. Werribee Districts 1-2-8, 24 and a half played in this opening term. They've made good start, the Cats.
There's plenty of Cat supporters there too, boys.
Going to say, judging by the tooting.
Yeah. Wonder if the Vice President's here, Kev.
No, it's not in his postcode jurisdiction.
So we're back in the middle.
Once it gets past 3:015, I think he moved. He's not allowed.
O'Brien again with the hit out. O'Keefe grabs it now, a bit of a fumble, shrugs the paddy tackle. Well done, O'Keefe there. Now he straightens on his right boot, kicks inside 50. There's a Dufty again on the mark there, bounces at his feet. Now it's picked up by Werribee Districts. They look to clear. The handball to themselves could be a bit dangerous. They've done well. Harris, though, gathers now. Now he kicks to half forward. Can they hit a target? Was a good kick there, but Harrington couldn't take the mark. Oh, strong tackle there. Pizzuto holding the ball, free kick. Going away with the Werribee Districts, left half forward. Let's see if they can have a better kick inside 50 this time. He kicks. That's better.
Perfect.
Put some height on it, and Molovas comes out of full forward and takes the mark in front of his face. He'll kick from 50 pretty much directly in front.
Yeah, two good kicks, and one from young Josh Harris, and then that one from Pizzuto. That's what you've got to do. Just wait it to your forwards' advantage and let them run onto it.
So Molovas hasn't kicked as many goals as he normally does. Just the 13 this year comes in, kicks on its way. Might have just faded left late, and it has. One behind there to the Tigers. They trail by 10 points. 3-1-19 Albion. Werribee Districts 1-3-9.
So they've had a few chances from set shots, Werribee. Haven't been able to make them count. That wind is blowing slightly across as well. Got to give it a bit of lateral movement. Savage brings it in the clubroom side. Sends it out to half-back. O'Brien sets himself and takes the mark on quarter time. And it's the Cats who have made a mini break to start this match in the first half hour.
2 points, the umpires, to get this one back underway.
Okay, so here we go. Second term underway at Soldiers Reserve. Well, we found out that the Saints are up over Alzona, so the Tigers had better get in front. Quick Smart out of the middle. Prismal, the hand pass was searching for him. It missed him, picked up by McMahon. Dean dives in. They'll ball it up. Cody Bench applying the pressure for the Cats. Just forward of the circles, who are kicking with a bit of a breeze. Not much, but it's helpful to an extent. See if they can build their 10-point quarter-time lead. At the stoppage, O'Brien, maybe a little shove, wins it down, chance for Bench, slips the hand pass over the top. Rainbow barges himself into the contest, picks it up, lost it, picked it up again, then Dean got him. And they'll ball it up at the 50. Again, a hot start to the quarter as it was in the opening term, but it petered out in the final 10 minutes or so. Morrow threw himself into the ruck, then it was slapped forward. Savage and Molovas go head-to-head. It spills out to the side. Seaweck sockers it off the ground. This sets up superbly for Molovas if he can get onto his left. He doesn't. He does the backwards banana. Comes to Seaweck. He runs through the pack, picks it up, and misses. Oh, that would have been a beauty to start the second term. But the Tigers have another behind. 1-4-10. Albion 3-1-19.
Yeah, that was Morrow then that created that 50-50 contest. Both players with eyes only for the football.
Out of defence for the Cats, Moyle grappled with Montalto, then took the mark, then went through the guts for O'Keefe, confronted by Dean, plays onto his preferred right side, kicks in the Dufty direction. He had it spoiled away at the last moment. Black goes in. Hand pass was a little hospital there for the inclusion in McMillan, who did all right. Has to go get it again. He's confronted by Bench, brought to ground. And it spills out. They'll throw it in. 40 metres out from goal to the end. The Cats are attacking. They're up by 9 points.
Quickie around the grounds, boys. North Sunshine 4-6-30. Parkside 1-2-8.
Good times in Division 3 there. Wherever you get the hit out, they try to get the clearance, they can't. It was a good tackle there by Dufty. Dean dives in again, ball up, centre half forward.
My main hope for today is that we get some close around the ground scored so that the intensity of what happens here just stays through the roof
for the whole game. That way,
so far, so good, Pep.
Lamar wins it down, but they hit it straight to the Cats. Now it's with O'Keefe, and a good centering ball finds it. Rainbow marks at 49. He moves it off quickly, off a step. I don't know if he was going for a pass or a shot or goal, but he got the distance, no problem. One behind there to Albion. Lead back to 10 points, 3-2-20 to 1-4-10, 2.5 gone, second quarter.
So the Tigers send it out quickly. It missed the target, but it's roved there by Lee, who goes backwards, wants to affect the switch, has to be good. It was good enough. Went short into the defensive goal square for Harris. Pokes it over the top for Black, has to set himself, and he did. And coming late was Jesse Thompson. Maybe gave Black a clip over the ears. He was slow to rise, but he took the mark. He's 20 metres from his defensive goal. He sends it down the broadcast wing up in the McMahon direction. Got a little shove. Umpire missed it. Morrow got the releasing hand pass and then worked it up to Lee. They've got it over the back. Hand pass for Dean. Gives it over the top again. Dean might get it back from Harrington. Harrington didn't see the trouble coming. Got caught. Picked up by Moyle. Hugged against the boundary. Hooks a kick back. Pizzuto's in the way. But O'Keefe just glides over the top and takes it. Spearing ball inside 50. Beautiful kick for Dufty, who marks at the arc. Wheels onto the right, pokes it into the pocket. Kick wasn't great for Upton. He has to ghost on it. He's got time to get away from Black. Hooks it back to goal. And then taking a goal-saving mark was Plumridge. And his kick for Lee was centimetre perfect. He marked it inside the boundary line. And he can hold things up. They can take a breath, the Tigers. They're down by 10.
Lee now, shocking kick there. No one went for it. Ball spills there to Bettina. Handballs back to O'Keefe at right, left half forward, centering ball, good kick there. Dufty marks right on the 50. He moves it quickly. Beautiful play by the Cats as Jesse Thompson comes out, takes the mark. Will kick from 40 directly in front.
Yeah, that's just been the difference between the two sides. Albion's ball use into their forward line, and it helps when you get it in the hands of Chris O'Keefe. He doesn't miss a target, and he should go back and slot this goal now.
Not bad for a bloke who's apparently got the flu still, Chris O'Keefe. He's been terrific.
He's going to have leather poisoning at the moment, the way he keeps going.
So Thompson coming in now to make the margin 16 points. Kicks on its way. He's pushed it slightly right. He has one behind there to Jesse Thompson. It is Albion 3-3-21 lead. Werribee Districts 1-4-10. 5 minutes gone in the second quarter.
So the kick-out duties with Harkin. Sends it out the clubroom side. McMahon ropes the pack. And then his kick was poor, looking for Morrow. It scoots out of play in front of the Cats bench. They'll throw it in. Albion by 11 points. The Tigers need to get going. Had to throw in. Caught behind was O'Brien. He still reached over the top. McMahon had the main tap, and then the clearing kick went straight to the Cats, though. That wasn't his best, and the Tigers can mop up at half-back. Hand pass bounced before it hit the target. Well done by McGuinness. Sends a high ball in the Plumridge direction, who had the ball drop protected well. Gives it to Black. Was poised and then delivered out for Molavas, who couldn't quite bring down the mark. Kept it free enough to give it to Montalto, and now they work it up the line for Lee. Takes a bounce at right half forward. Steps around Savage. Pokes the ball inside 50. Seawick didn't think he was the target, but he takes the mark. And he can have his third set shot. Well, it'll be his fourth. He didn't score with one of them in the opening quarter. He's in the exact position Marty Dufty kicked one from in the opening term. And he needs to put it through.
Yeah, a bit of right and left on this one, Pep.
Bailey Seawick. Right of centre. Pulled it left. Is it still in play? It's a mark. It fell short, and Harrington took the mark. This will be a confidence boost for Ryan Harrington. And let's just say he'll kick it unless he puts it into the man on the mark. Oh, it went low, but it went through. The Tigers with their second, the margin's 5 points. Ryan Harrington with his first goal of the afternoon. They're 2-4-16, trailing the Cats 3-3-21 in the 7th minute of the second term.
Yeah, both sides, it's been tight in the contest with plenty of numbers around the ball, but once one side gets it over the top and can deliver into their forward line, they're getting scoring opportunities, and it's just a matter of getting the ball into the hands of the right person at the moment, and Trent Lee found his target, which was good.
Umpire throws the ball back up, but Brian reaches over the top, got it to O'Keefe. He was tackled, but he got his kick away, got a bit of penetration on it, but it's Black who comes out from full back for the Tigers with a handball, but they've lost possession here. Thompson's got it, handballs to Rainbow, ball's knocked out of bounds by Montalto. Throw in at left half forward for the Cats. Up by 5 points, 7.5 gone. Second quarter, 3-3-2-4. Umpire throws it back in now. So Brian in front, but McMahon reaches over the top, did it well, got it to Dean, got a quick kick away in the Molavas direction, copped the poor bounce, but Molavas on all fours paddles it forward. Dean dives in really well. Quick handball out by the Tigers, didn't hit the target. Molavas storms through, high tackle, I think. Free kick going the way of Moyle inside the centre square on his left boot. He's got a man in space there in Thompson. He marks. Left half forward now, the Cats. Now the kick goes inside 50 into the pocket. Got a strong use of the body there by Thompson. James Thompson there did well there. Read the flight early. Used his bulk there, took a good mark there, but it's in a tight angle in the left forward pocket. Hard up on the boundary line. Kick from about 40. So there goes the kick towards.
Good kick.
Oh, it's come back beautifully with a bit of right to left on it. Great goal there by James Thompson. He's got 2 this afternoon. The Cats take the lead back to 11 points, 4-3-27 to 2-4-16. We've played nearly 9 minutes of this second quarter.
Yeah, the Cats got their 4 goals just through their switch of play, and it's just they've had that outside run, and they've been able to deliver into that forward line, and yeah, that was a great kick from that tight angle.
Well, it helped. He had the wind blowing back into the goals. A little bit easier from that left forward pocket at the Duncan's Road end. At the bounce in the middle, Montalto comes off the wing, collects and then hooks it straight back into the Albion player. It ricochets out to Moyle, who pumps the Cats inside 50. Dufty's got 2 to beat. He almost took the mark. Rove the pack there was Black, and he sends it out the far side for Harkins, who marks inside his defensive 50 still. He goes along the line, and it was out on the full. Searching for Pizzuto. Rainbow fisted it out of play, but it was already over. He'll win the free kick. He can send the Cats forward again. 4-3-27 to 2-4-16. 10 minutes gone, second term. Kicks inside the 50.
Oh.
Black flies early. Dufty tried to get a play, and it comes out to bench. Flicks it back to Sloman, who hooks it back from the left forward pocket. Here's a chance, and it's going to go off hands and through for a minor score. They're exciting at the moment, Albion, and they're keeping the Tigers at bay. 4-4-28. Werribee District's 2-4-16, 10.5 gone as they work it out quickly. And Tigers out of defence. It's picked up by Scudamore, loses it. Chance for the Cats to go in. McGuinness applies the pressure, as does McMahon. Hand pass comes out to the side from Machete. Straight to the Tigers. They got the numbers. Molavas works himself in the pack, gives it to McGuinness. Under plenty of pressure. Donnan gets his hands on it. Now back to McGuinness. They were good there, the Tigers. Kick up the line was nicely done. And now they've worked it forward to the play again. Well done by Morrow. Kicks up towards half forward. Matty Dean leads Savage to the ball. Wise heads. Smart use, and the kick out in front there of Bailey James just wasn't perfect enough. Montalto comes in, caught straight away, and a ball up. Tied up against the boundary, 55 metres out from the Tigers' goal.
Jeez, he was quick to play the ball up there, wasn't he, boys?
Yeah, very quick. McMahon comes in, but then Rainbow won the tap straight down to his teammate in Sashu. Haven't called his name much this afternoon. Thompson receives the hand pass, tied up against the boundary line, pokes the kick up the wing. Nicely done. Marks taken by Wilson. Had to juggle it, but controlled it well. Sends a high ball inside 50. Thompson's going back with a flight. Black came in. Did Jesse Thompson apply front on contact? He did. Black wins the free at right half back.
So Black now goes towards the middle of the ground. He's got Lee. Well, it's a good kick there. It was perfect. Now Lee goes further out to the outer side there. Paddy takes the mark in some space. Little short ball up the wing, goes in the Morrow direction. He got it on the bounce and slung to the ground by Bettina. They'll either get a ball up or a throw in.
I was going to say, one of the rare times that Werribee have tried to switch the play then.
So we're going to get a ball up, outer side. Machete wins it down. Ball gets paddled back. Can Pizzuto pick it up? He's getting pressured by O'Keefe there. It's picked up there by Jose. He throws it out of bounds, but the umpire said he was already out of bounds and we're going to throw in just next to the Albion interchange bench. The Soldiers reserve. 12.5 gone, 12-point lead to the Cats, 4-4-28 to 2-4-16. The umpire restarts play. McMahon in front wins it down. O'Keefe's gathered, but he's gang tackled straight away. Ball up.
So things not quite working as the Tigers would have envisaged. They're a couple of goals down. We'll get an update on St Albans at half-time. The Cats, though, win the clearance up towards half-forward. Taylor's going to be first to pick it up. In fact, McGuinness got in front of him and then paddled towards the boundary line and saw it out. in front of the Cats interchange bench, just left of where it was thrown in front of the scoreboard. 13 minutes gone in this second term. 4-4-28 to 2-4-16. At the throw-in, Machete and Harrington grapple with one another. It spills out in the Nelson direction for the Cats, but it comes out again to O'Keefe. Guess who kicks inside the 50? Beautifully weighted ball, and an equally talented mark there, taken it full forward by Lee Wilson. Cradled the ball and protected the drop zone perfectly, and he'll go back and have a set shot from 40 out. Chris O'Keefe is just having a big influence in the middle.
He's turned back the clock.
And Lee Wilson can finish the job. And he does. Hugged it in at the left post. Albion grow its lead. It's 18 points at the midway point of the second term. They're 5-4-34. Werribee Districts are 2-4-16.
Yeah, that kick was just to the hot spot, and it made the forward Wilson lead to that spot, and he lost young Zach McMillan through the crowd then, and he took an uncontested mark, which shouldn't really happen. Pep?
Yeah, it was clever.
So it's a game-high 18-point lead now to the Cats midway through the second quarter. The umpire about to restart play. So O'Brien reaches over top, got it straight to Pizzuto. Big quick hands there, ends up with Prismal. He just kicks it to half forward. Molovas was held, but it's a mark to Bettina. And a 50 against Werribee.
They're out anyway, the Cats.
Yeah, one umpire by the sounds of it's called play on, the other one hasn't.
And the 50's been paid. No, it's got to come back.
Oh. What's going on?
No, umpires have called time on yet.
You just turned it over.
Yeah, I know. It's coming back. Lucky. So it's Bettina with the ball.
Third time lucky.
Still inside the centre square. Looking for options. There goes the pass into the left forward pocket. Taylor's the target. Ball's fisted away. Still ball in play. Donnan gathers for Werribee. Dangerous handball across the face of goal. Now can they clear the Tigers? It's a quick kick out. It might be on the full.
Nah,
hit the chalk.
It bounced on the line. Yep. Good umpiring there by the boundary umpire.
So we're going to throw in about 50 out from the Cats' goal. Left half forward. So thrown in, Ruckman trip each other over. Seawick did well, feigned a handball, then got it away to Donnan in a bit of space, runs, has a bounce, kicks it to half forward, bouncing ball, Lee fell over. A couple of the young there, James tries to get involved to give it to
good tackle
to Lee. He laid a great tackle. Umpire said play on. Montalto's in there. But the Cats look to clear now. They got it to Sashout. Goes to the kick to the outer side. Looking for Sloman. Bouncing ball. Gathers in a bit of space and time there.
That was nicely done by Sloman. He turned on a dime and then kicked it into the middle of the ground. The next one wasn't too great. It's collected there by Wilson. He gives the hand pass over the top. Caught by Paddy. No, Donnan laid the strong tackle. Now it comes out to the side. Still for a chance for Scudamore. McGuinness is in there. Donnan dives in again. They're all collecting one another.
Advantage.
Umpire paid a free kick, and then the Tigers claim the advantage. Up towards half forward for Lee. In the long sleeves. Kicks into the pocket for Molovas. Dropped the mark he should have taken. Stood up. Tapped it back to the advantage of Lee, who couldn't grasp it. And it's out of play.
Yeah. Tempo's gone up a notch here, boys.
It has. The Tigers can't lose sight of what's potentially at stake here. And they're down by 18 points at the throw-in. Prismal rode the pack, kicked a full forward. There's a chance at the back. Both the Cats missed it. Then Molovas fell over. Allows the time to recover. Policarpo did well. Hand passed it over the top. Found Moyle. And then he was knocked out of play. And the umpire will throw it in.
Yeah, young Bailey James, he had the opportunity to go and jump at it, but it being your first game, he thought he'd do the right thing and get in front and centre, but he really had a chance in it.
It didn't help that Molovas fell over from the throw-in. Knocks boundary side. Is it still in? No, they have knocked it over. A little bit closer to goal this time. 10 metres around from the left behind post. We're at the 18-minute mark at Soldiers Reserve in the second term. Albion 5-4-34, Werribee Districts 2-4-16. At the throw-in, O'Brien, front spot, wins it down to himself, comes out to O'Keefe, hemmed in against the boundary, hooks a kick back to right half back, straight to the Tigers. They can work it back into the middle. Ali Fracco's next in the chain, just forward of the centre square. Not a lot to go to, so he sets it up to the hot spot. Molovas leads into the space. It's short of him. Jesse Thompson got in the way, dropped the mark. Chance for the Cats. They've worked it out nicely. That's a good kick for Wilson. And then it was overrun by Harkin. And Wilson gives it to Thompson. He was tackled.
Oh, no.
And downfield, apparently, from the umpire. Dufty's the beneficiary.
Against Plumridge there.
Yeah, oh, that was touch and go. I'm not sure about it. Marty Dufty has it.
Pretty sure you can tackle if the bloke's got the footy.
Yeah, that's correct, Smackers. Inside 50, and the mark's taken by Rainbow.
It's beautifully said by Smackers. Well, straight
to the point.
Straight to the point. That was great. You can't argue with what you said.
So Sonny Rainbow has the ball. He's going to waste no time. Goals have been kicked from here. Sets it up. It's working back. It's not going to have the distance at the back. Off hands. Nelson had a play in it. It went over his fingertips and went through from behind. It's a 19-point lead.
I'm going to come out with another big comment here, Willow. If Werribee don't get a goal within before half time, their season will be done in
5 or 6 minutes.
Yep.
Well, they got the ball in the left back pocket, long way from home. Seawick's got it. He looks to clear, goes in the Dean direction, but it's fisted out of bounds there by Ross Whelan, throw in. So left half back for the Tigers.
They just don't look like it, do
no,
they?
Albion just they look a bit more dangerous going forward, Albion.
So we just ticked over the 20-minute mark, second quarter. O'Brien wins it down to O'Keefe, handballs back there to Whelan, high ball, not much on it, but I think the mark's been taken. Is that bench out there?
Sloman, I think.
Sloman,
yep,
took it. In front of Seawick, he drives it inside 50. Bench is there, he flies. Couldn't get his hands to it. Black's got it, ducked their head. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And a ball up. About 20 out from the Cats' goal. Kicking to the Duncans road end here at Soldiers Reserve. They lead by 19 points. Umpire throws it back up. McMahon wins it. Into space. There's the man. Bench snaps around the body, misses near side. One behind for the first gamer. Margin 20 points. Albion 5-6-36. Lead. Werribee Districts 2-4-16.
I was going to say, Willow, for a kid, his first game and he's only under 17s, he doesn't look out of his depth.
He doesn't. He's been very aggressive, hasn't he?
He's been in and under.
Laying tackles. And strong tackles as well. The bigger bodies, they're finding it hard to get away.
Yep. Buy him a gym membership and get him in that gym.
So Plumridge will do the kicking in. Sends it out the broadcast wing. Dufty's in best position and he takes the mark out in front of Harris. He plays on quickly, kicks inside 50. It clears the lunging hands of Wilson, who couldn't take the mark close to the boundary line. The Tigers muck around with it. Harkins gives it off. Collected by Wilson. Throws it onto the boot and snaps a...
touch.
Oh, it was touched on the very last line. It's hard to get a take on where the ball is in flight, and it was just touched on the last line. That is a huge moment. Very big chance there by Wilson.
Tell you what, they're doing well, Albion.
Oh, they are.
They're keeping it right in. They're finding it hard to get out. Werribee.
21 points is the Cats' lead. Matty Dean leads up and he takes the mark. Coming out of defence, he's in his left back pocket. Works it up the line, searching for Morrow. It clears him. Black has to go in again. Ali Fracco lays the tackle. And the umpire's going to pay holding the ball. And it'll be a free kick to the Tigers. Adam Ali Fracco will come up with it. He's at left half back. His side trails by 21 at the 22.5-minute mark. He sends it down the club room's wing. It was a good kick. Late contact came from Savage.
He's in everything, Nathan Black.
It's a free kick to Black, though. He pokes it up the line. They've run it well here. It's picked up now by Prismal. On that dangerous left, he opts to give the hand pass over the top to Lee, who shrugs the tackle, gives it over the top. Here's a chance next in the chain. Lee's going to get it back. Can he get around and have a snap? He can't. He has to go backwards. And he goes all the way backwards to McMahon, who had to stretch and dive to take the mark. and he's 70 metres out at the left half forward, and they can reset the Tigers. Kicks to full forward, up they come. Oh, great defensive mark there.
Moyle, isn't it?
Moyle, I reckon.
Yeah, Moyle, who's also been very, very handy for the Cats. He sends a high ball out the broadcast wing right in front of our commentary position. It's spoiled away there from Wilson.
Oh.
A chance at the back for McGuinness. His hand pass missed the target. Wilson goes in again. Gets away from his opponent there in McMahon. And it still comes up. Dean's got to go in hard here, and he does. And he wins the football, gives it to Plumridge. Back in defence. Talto threw it out. The umpire didn't pay it. It was a definite scoop. Sloman picks it up, kicks into the pocket. Dufty marks, gives it over to bench. He's going to kick his first goal for the Cats. He runs in and puts it over Duncan's Road. Well, if there wasn't a net behind it, was going over Duncan's Road. It's a goal to the Cats. And they're out by 27 points. And there were many, many scenarios for what could have happened today, but I don't think a 5-goal lead to Albion was ever really considered. The Cats are 6-7-43, Werribee District's 2-4-16, and Gary Turner, our expert, says it's all over.
It is all over unless Werribee can flick a switch. They're just getting shown to the ball. Their work rate at the moment, Albion is right on top, and just their ball use going forward is much, much better.
Back in the middle.
Yeah, they go again.
With the clearance again, it's O'Keefe. Kicks a high ball. Players are going to fly. Dufty was one of them. Got his hands to it. Couldn't take the mark. Still a hot ball. Dufty goes in again. Trying to get a quick kick away. Scudamore now picks up. Just bangs it on the boot. It's a high ball. I reckon it might come back because the mark's been taken there by Jordan Nelson on centre wing. And he's going to drive it back long inside 50. At the back, the mark's been taken. Pretty much uncontested there, James Taylor.
He's got a bloke over in the goal square on his own.
They didn't use him though. So it's James Taylor.
Don't say that, Pep. The Werribee faithful will have a heart attack if they hear this score.
We'll wait until the goal.
Then we've got a blood rule, we might. Kevin Upton, slow to get up out of that contest. No blood rule, just hurt. So James Taylor to take the margin to 33 points, if you can believe it. Comes in from 30, pushed it right, one behind. So Albion 6-8-44 lead Werribee District's 2-4-16. We've got 25, nearly 26 of this second quarter.
And in a match that is so much bearing on what can happen in finals, St Albans are up by 17 over the Vikings at the moment. That's a progress score. Not sure if it's half-time or not. They've cleared it out of defence, the Tigers, and Black picks it up, but then he was collected by Rainbow and escorted over the boundary line. So there is a serious chance that if the Tigers won this game, they could finish 5th. Had the ball up. Montalto had a play at it. Donnan laid the tackle on Sloman, and O'Keefe bursts away. He was caught, but he was legged. Legged, yeah, it slipped low. 52. Matty Dean stands the mark, almost gave away the 50, and then that kick is just glorious inside the forward 50. And it's half-time. And it's James Taylor, who had a chance to put the margin beyond 5 goals just a moment ago. He's got it 50 metres out at right half forward. He can make good on his error before. This is a huge kick. James Taylor goes with the torp. He connected pretty well as it got the journey.
Yes!
James Taylor with a stroke of genius on the stroke of half-time. Kicks his first and puts the Cats 34 points clear at the main break. This is remarkable. Albion 7-8-50, Werribee District's 2-4-16 at half-time, and you can't make this stuff up. Oh boy, someone go tell Werribee that there's still a chance, because it looks like they've given up already. It's half-time, 34 points the lead to the Cats. Goal scorers in the opening half, Marty Dufty and James Thompson with a couple for the Cats, Cody Bench, James Taylor and Lee Wilson with one each, while for the Tigers, Mark Pizzuto and Ryan Harrington with a goal each. And they're down by 34, and they're regrouping in the middle of Soldiers Reserve, Werribee Districts. They have got a lot to talk about and a lot to do in the second half. We'll take a few moments to regroup, catch our breath. We know the players will have to do so. We need to do so as well. It's half-time in the match of the day on the WRFL. You're listening to 88.9 Win FM.
You're listening to the WRFL Match of the Day, thanks to Bridgestone Tyres.
Scudamore's got the job now on O'Keefe.
All right, so back in the middle, and O'Brien wins the tap for the Cats, and they're going to get the clearance, or do they? It was a clever little ball from Wilson. He was caught in the tackle, and then the kick came up to half forward for Jesse Thompson, and he's got it about 70 metres out from goal. He sets a high ball into the pocket, up they fly. Dufty comes in from the side and brings down the mark, and he'll have a set shot from about 40 metres out in the right forward pocket, and he's kicked one from this exact position already.
He's got good hands for his size, hasn't he?
Yeah.
They just kick it up to him, and he's got a good leap and a good pair of jukes.
Comes from Nil in the Wimmera Football League.
Up your way, Pep.
Yeah. I went to school with Marty actually for a little bit, but yeah, he's a good kid, and he's a good kick as well. He's kicked 2 already today, and from 40 out to make it really hard, he floats it through. Oh, the wind caught it at the last moment, and it just glides across the face. Minor score, Albion 7, 9-51. Werribee Districts 2-4-16. Tigers bring it out this broadcast side. Sets it up in the direction of Harris, who brought down the mark. And then he goes inboard for Nathan Black. And he sets it across half-back for Montalto. And you spoke about this as well, Smackers. You'd like to see a bit more of this sort of switching of the football. Next in the line is Pizzuto. He sends it down towards centre wing. It was a poor kick. It fell well short of its intended target, and O'Brien took the mark, and he goes inboard for Wilson, the captain, or the acting captain at least for today. Plays on, kicks to full forward. Oh, he asked Rainbow to apply himself really well. It spills out. Seaweck dives on the football to no avail. Wilson comes up with it for the Cats, and then he's caught in the tackle. The umpire calls for it. They'll ball it up at centre half forward.
So 2 minutes of play in this third quarter. Albion have increased the lead by points, 35 points the margin. From the stoppage, we'll get another one. Black wrapped up in the tackle there.
Prismal's gone forward now, boys, so there's another tall option. They've loaded up Mollivis, Morrow, Prismal and Harrington in their forward 50.
So Black tries to barge away from the stoppage, got a handball to Lee. He kicks it to half forward, bouncing ball clears. Your man Prismal there, Smackers gathers on the bounce, on the right boot, goes inside 50 in the Pizzuto direction. He gathers on the bounce, but it's brought to ground immediately with a good strong tackle there by Cheney. And we'll get a ball up in the right forward pocket, probably about 10 metres round from the Werribee District's goal.
When was the last time they scored, Willow, a goal?
6 minutes 37 mark of the second quarter. There's a swift snap out of the pack. I think it might have been Morrow there.
Swyak again.
So he's got 0 goals for this afternoon, but they finally scored again. So it's taken them 28 minutes or something.
They need to kick some goals.
Yep.
34 points as it was at halftime. Savage goes down the guts in the direction of O'Brien. It comes down, and O'Keefe just front and centre, barges through, collects it cleanly, kicks in the Dufty direction, takes it on the bounce, then collected in the tackle by McGuinness. It spills out to Thompson, back to O'Keefe, 40 out, sends it towards full forward, fisted away there by the Tigers defence. Well done, Black with a chance. Good attack on the footy by Dufty. Handpass comes out for the Tigers. Well done there by Moyle. Puts his body on the line. Thompson out the back. Moyle comes up with it. Couldn't pick it up. They're corralled against the boundary. A little scoop. Montalto, the beneficiary. And he can send the Tigers out of defence. And he hits Morrow, who marks out in front. Just back of centre wing. Oh, that's a horrible kick, searching for Black. There's a couple of cats who lick their chops. Dufty lays the tackle, and then it didn't spill out from the contest, and the umpire will ball it up 50 metres out from the Cats' goal. They're up by 34, 4.5 gone, third term.
Is that Matty Dean behind play, Kev?
So toss back up. Black tries to work his way through. Paddling ball through. They've turned it over now. Cheney's got it. Also Rainbow had it. Goes inside 50. Got the ball over to Upton. Goes towards goal. Ball's on the goal line. It's punched through for a rush behind for Albion. 7-10-52 Albion. Lead Werribee Districts 2-5-17.
Yeah, it was Matty Dean, boys.
The Tigers work it out quickly to right half back. Lee sells the dummy around Moyle and then kicks nicely for Scudamore. Gets on his bike, gives the hand pass over the top to Montalto running by. Up in the Seawick direction, collects it on the bounce, shrugs the tackle, dishes it back to Montalto. Prismore called for it at centre half forward. He goes further afield. It gets over the head of Pizzuto, and Bettina takes the mark in the goal square. And he can send the Cats back out. He's going to send a high ball up the wing.
Dangerous.
He wants Upton to run at it. It's going to fall well short. Harrington takes the mark. Could have nearly played on, but he goes short to Lee. Lowered his eyes, and Trent Lee can go back from 50 and have a shot.
It's a strange option from Bettina.
Yeah, it had to carry a long way to get to Upton, who was marauding up the wing, but wasn't doing it all that quickly. Just didn't get to the contest in time. Trent Lee
Going to state the obvious, Pep. If he kicks this,
has to kick it.
Yeah.
50 out, slightly left of centre. He's pulled it all the way. Sneaks it in for a behind. 2-6-18 the Tigers. Albion 7-10-52. We've gone 6 minutes in the third quarter, and no ground has been made up yet from Werribee Districts. Pat Savage a little unsure from the defensive goal square. He pops it up to centre half back in the O'Brien direction. Didn't go for the mark, slapped it forward of the play. O'Keefe dives in, puts his body on the line. A chance for, well, both sides. It comes out in the end to O'Brien. Slips the hand pass out to Whelan. He had to pick it up. Had plenty of time. Good pressure by his Cats teammates who applied a few shepherds. Black under siege. Upton got him, but he got the hand pass away to Plumridge, who just hoists the ball out towards the wing, right in front of our caravan here.
Oh.
Good shepherd laid, but Paddy was well off the football, but he did well to nudge Rainbow over the line. Have a bit of push and shove as well.
Quick half-time score, North Sunshine 7-12-54, Parkside 6-4-40.
All right, so they'll throw it in. O'Brien and McMahon. McMahon with the size and strength. Knocks it down. Nadine did brilliantly. Knocks it down looking for Lee. It ends up with Harrington, who just hacked it out of midair. Went straight to the Cats, and now it allows O'Keefe to spin out of the Dean tackle. He got him, but he got the hand pass away. Now a chance. Polycarpou delivers in the Upton direction, who came late and met McMahon illegally. He'll take the free kick right in front of the caravan. They need to conjure something. Kicks to full forward, and a mark's taken by Molavas.
Well, he's the man to do it. We know he can get hot in a hurry.
Yeah, and too strong for Polycarpou there. Shoved him out of the way, took the mark.
Breeze has got up a little since the start of the game. Keith going to the bench and have a rest.
yeah, so Scudamore now.
Chris Molavas. We've seen him kick 6.5 at this ground before.
Well, Scudder will go the toilet if O'Keefe goes there too, Sackers.
I'd say he's been told to, Kev.
The Tony
Molavas
Liberatore School
from
of
50 out. That's a beautiful kick from Chris Molavas. The Tigers get the first of the second half. It's Molavas's first, and the margin's back to 28, so certainly not out of reach. They need to keep pegging away. 3-6-24 to 7-10-52, 8.5 gone in this third term.
There's still a bit of a pulse there, Pep. That you're right. He's been really good today, Molavas. Whether you clear your forward line out and leave him one out down there, push everyone else up, and because he's got a bit of a mismatch at the moment.
Yeah. That game last year against Spotswood, he was absolutely brilliant in that second half. The umpire back now in the middle. O'Brien wins it. Lee belts it forward to himself. Gets a kind bounce now. He runs to centre half forward. Low ball in the Pizzuto direction. Unfortunately, bounced just in front of him. Whelan now just bangs it on the boot. Clearing kick might come off. Bounces kindly from Moyle, but his kick was smothered. They've done well there. Werribee Districts there. Prisma with the smother when they get a throw in on centre wing. Right next to the caravan here at Soldiers Reserve.
It's those small little actions that can do a lot for the confidence. Lee's break out of the middle, Prismal's smother.
So thrown back in. Brian wins it. Rainbow, a bit of a fumble, but now it's with Bettino. Just kicks a high ball to centre half forward. Good luck marking that one. Oh, no luck, Nathan Black there. Fantastic, as he has been all afternoon. He looks to move it on quickly, goes into the centre. Push out there. Umpire said play on. Now the Cats go forward. Handball over the top there to Thompson. Gathers now from just outside 50, goes for the pass into the pocket, looking for Dufty, bouncing ball, shrugged it, out of bounds, throw in. Right forward pocket, 20 round from the Cats' goal. They kick to the clubroom's end of Soldiers Reserve.
10 minutes gone, third term. 28 points, the Cats lead.
Spacker's just enjoying the feed.
Oh, wouldn't he? It's in the top three at the stoppage. Prismal wins at the clearance, hacks it out of defence. Chance for Dean to run onto it, keeps it in front of himself. Bettina shoves him out of the way. The ball beats both of them over the line. It'll be thrown in.
Raffle ticket green C45.
Oh,
boys.
I've got to check our tickets.
Green C45.
I bought tickets for the whole caravan. I need to check the numbers.
We win a plate of food.
I don't think it won, Pep, because she kept walking.
Oh well. From the stoppage, Thompson wins the clearance, shrugs the tackle, gives it to O'Brien. He's kicked it close to the boundary line, looking for Upton, fisted out of play.
Well, Jason Bettina's a veteran of the competition, but he still makes a terrific contribution, doesn't he, Smackers?
Yeah, he's overrated externally, but internally he's... they love him. He can play both.
The throw in is a snap out of the contest, right to the line. Is it a mark?
Yep. It is.
It is a mark to the Cats, right on the goal line.
What's the raffle?
Green C45.
Well, we've got green C47, 48 and 49.
Robbed.
We've just missed out.
That is unfortunate as Dufty comes in and pops through his third. It's back out to 34 points. A bit more breathing space for the Cats as the Tigers try to do the impossible. Albion 8-10-58. Werribee Districts 3-6-24. 12 gone, third term.
Yeah, everything Werribee have thrown at them, Albion have handled it and thrown it straight back in their face. So full credit to them today. And you're right there, Kev. Just it helps with O'Brien. When he takes the ruck work, then he plays that loose behind half back. So they go and man him up, and then it frees up Bettina. So they've got some problems on their hands here now, Werribee.
34 points the margin now. 12 and a quarter minutes gone. Back in the middle. Umpire throws it back up. Brian wins it down. Donnan there. Drives in though, he's lays the tackle. Brian did really well, he gathered it, now he gave it ball over to Thompson, the kick goes inside 50. Good spoil there by McMillan. Ball goes into the pocket though, the Tigers are going to clear with a short ball to Alafraco, dropped it, it's down low, it's a difficult one. But he might have won a free kick and he has for too high. There's a little bit of luck there for the Tigers, they need a bit. Now they go to switch. They get James in the back pocket. He drives it long in the Jost direction, takes the mark, plays on immediately. He goes in the Mollivis direction. Good use of the body by Mollis. Oh, dropped what he should have taken, and he was away too. Be disappointed with that one there, Chris Mollivis.
Just put a bit too much effort into the nudge.
Oh, he was clear. So now we're going to have a throw in at right half forward for the Tigers, about 65 round from their goal. Oh, that's a free. McMahon's just thrown to the ground and he's earned the free kick against O'Brien. Need to move it quickly while the forward line's open. So McMahon now goes for the pass in the Mollivis direction. Became the spoilers. Bettina got in the way, but it's Rainbow with the clearing kick for Albion. Pumps it to half forward, bit of a foot race. Upton's there along with Black. Upton got there first.
Well done.
Black did really well. Got back to his feet really quick. Got the handball over to Alafraco and he was put down after he got rid of it. Still possession with the Tigers. Lee handballs into the middle. Handballs back looking for McMillan. He's under a lot of pressure. O'Brien did really well. Now the ball ends up with Thompson. Kicks to a one-on-one inside. Oh! The back. Duffy. And a free kick's been picked out.
Oh, come on.
Going away the Tigers.
He tried to mark it.
Now they get the clearing kick. Finds Harrington at centre half back.
Oh, that was a tremendous effort from Duffy. Just didn't quite get a hand on the football. The kick comes out of defence from the Tigers. They've got to be clean and quick through the middle of the ground for Prismal. Had a bit of ground on Tina's got to bring it out the broadcast side. Gives the hand pass to Harris running by. Down the edge of the centre square. Kicks inside 50. Molavas comes up. No, Morrow it was. He takes the mark. The man on the mark is 50 out. He pokes it into the pocket. Wasn't good kick. It just sat up on the head. It was fisted away. Seawick was a chance to rove. Machete did well. Gave it to Rainbow. His kick down the line wasn't great. Coming through here is Jose, who sets it on its way from 40 and kicks the goal. There's still a pulse. Smackers, they're within 28 again, but they need to string a couple together. The Tigers 4-6-30, Albion 8-10-58, halfway through the third term.
It all starts with that bloke number 5 again.
Yeah.
He has been sensational. If they can get their forward line right, there's still a chance. It's just the way they're structuring up down here now they've thrown it around. They've got the 3 smalls now, but I cannot see why Brazzuto was coming out of the goal square.
Just same question.
He's not a forward.
No.
Push him up and let Molivus one out.
Just a couple of poor decision-making things there from the experienced players like Harrington and Morrow then, just before.
So from the restart, Scudamore gets it this time, kicks inside 50. Lee in front. Umpire said play, no free kick, holding. Trent Lee's got the free kick. 40 out directly in front. We'll have to kick it all of 45.
Oh, kick it from there.
With the breeze, shouldn't have any issues here.
Back-to-back goals, will it?
Yeah, first time this afternoon it'll be for the Tigers.
Brazzuto going to the bench. So maybe they had that structure wrong then, just for that ball up, Smackers.
Yeah, he's got to be in the middle, Kev.
Big kick.
Absolutely.
To bring it back to 22 points. In comes Trent Lee, kicks on its way. It's a high ball. It's a beauty. It's a goal to the Tigers. They are back in this one now. They trail by 22 points. It is Albion 8-10-58 to Werribee Districts 5-6-36, 16 and a half gone third quarter.
A couple of big around the ground scores as well. So
don't give it away, Pep.
I'm just going to keep everyone informed, Smackers. You can turn your microphone off if you want. St Albans 8-6-54, Altona 7-10-52, Sunshine 11-5-71, Deer Park 4-7-31. So some interesting ones there. Spotswood with a 22-point lead over Caroline Springs, and Hoppers, well, we know what they're doing to Wyndham Vale. Back in the middle, out of the middle, Dean puts his head over the ball, and Harrington socketed off the ground. There's a whistle. It's going the way of the Tigers. Everything's going their way at the moment. Donnan kicks up in the direction there of James. Had it knocked away from him. Almost a smother there, and a kick out towards Thompson, who has to run onto it. Will he try to keep it in, or he threw it back in? But it was out of play first, and they'll throw it back into the field of play. On the centre wing, margin is 22 points at the throw-in. Machete wins it down, and then Dean and Harrington lay strong tackles. Ball up.
Mollis in the goal square now, which is good.
Machete wins it down again. Letting it go through there was Wilson. And another ball up. 18 gone third term.
He's pushing everyone up the ground.
Yeah, Molavas is one out. Only player for the Tigers inside the forward 50, slapped out of the congestion. A chance for Harkins to get his hands on it. It was hacked out of the contest. Here we go. Coming up to meet it was Morrow. Put his body on the line. Hand pass comes out from Scudamore to Prismal. Hooks it back towards full forward. James is a one-on-one contest. Here's a chance for Molavas. He's got Dean running by. That's where he goes. Dean gets on the snap. Hooks it towards goal. It's curling. It's missed across the face. Just offline. 21 points the lead. But they're pressing at the moment, Werribee Districts, as the mark's taken in the left back pocket by Mark Polycarpou. And he pokes the kick across the face of goal again for Bettina. And a team that is a little inexperienced and a little hot and cold. And sometimes the Cats,
what a mark. Oh, play on.
Bit of pressure on them. It's no mark paid for Rainbow. Surely he had that. And now the umpire comes in and will ball it up at left half forward for the Tigers.
I thought it was a good mark.
Yep, ditto.
So did he.
So they've got a ball up on the 50, left half forward for the Tigers. O'Brien wins it down. Alifraco's the one that crumbs it. Handballs over the top to Scudamore, but he's pushed out of bounds immediately. Throw in now. 45 out now.
He's done a good job, Chris Scudamore, this quarter. Stop the influence of O'Keefe.
So the umpire throws it back in. Harrington belts it towards the boundary line. I think it's going to be seen out, and it is. So now we're about 60 out. Still at left half forward.
Just lifted their work rate, the Tigers, at the moment.
3-1 this quarter for Werribee Districts. Cut the margin to 21 points. 34 at half time. Prism will try to do the roving, but there's that man O'Keefe there. Got a handball away to Sashau. Back to Savage. Got around Scudamore. Quick kick into the middle is a good one. It came off. They look to run now, do the Cats. Now there's the driving ball. Inside 50, flying very, very early was Dufty. He gave away the free kick.
It's funny how you can pay. Well, it was paid a mark to Nathan Black in the end, but that was paid. But the one to Rainbow at the other end wasn't.
Different umpire, Pep.
The Black gets it. Mongrel got Lee. Had time to fumble, gather. Gets around his opponent. Still got time. Just dancing around. Still got it. Hasn't really gone anywhere. Waits and finds a pass there. I think it's that Seawick out there on the outer side.
Yep.
Takes the mark in front of the District's interchange bench. He goes to the switch. Dangerous. Out came Dufty. He's a poor kick there. Montalto's got it. Has to handball back to Black. Under pressure. Goes out wide. Finds Seawick again.
Exactly the same spot.
And he goes a little short one over the top. Mark taken by Prismal there on his left boot. Drives it to half forward. He's turned it over at left half back, and the Cats take possession.
Okay, so they're going to come down the wing. This is Sean Moyle, who has the footy in his hands. Goes through the middle. Pizzuto came in to affect the contest. Slipped over there as Wilson ran away. Gave it to Savage. Dean ran him down, holding the ball. That's a captain's effort from Matty Dean. Back edge of the centre square. He's going to switch it. Looking for Harris. He had to go back to get it. And they have help there in Plumridge, but they lost the contest. Taylor comes up with it. Savage bundles a kick. Nathan Black again dropped it cold. Ali Fracco dives in. And he's going to win a free kick. They've taken the advantage. No, now they've brought it back. Oh, boy.
Stop, start, stop, start.
I'm not sure how you can pay advantage and then bring it back, but anyway, they've got it at left half back. The Tigers at the 22-minute mark of the third term. Ali Fracco with the ball in his hands. McMahon runs hard out on the far side in front of our position to offer the outlet kick. Bettina did well to come in and help out Ross Whelan, and together they killed the footy. It'll be thrown in.
2 boys, Auburndale 10-5-65, Manor Lakes 10-8-68.
Nail biter.
There's some close ones out there. St Albans by 2 points over Altona as it stands. At the throw in, O'Brien flicks it over the back, but McMahon roved it, gave it straight to Shashu. Was he caught? High umpire, let it go. They somehow managed to flick it out. Pizzuto from outside 50, kicks towards goal. The bounce wasn't kind and it goes left of the post. A minor scored to Mark Pizzuto. 1 goal, 1 for him today, and the Cats lead by 20.
Geez, the umpires missed a couple of free kicks exchange.
Everything's happening.
According to the app, Sunshine are 11-5-71, Deer Parker 4-7-31.
The kick in now, it's all dangerous. Dean could chop it off, got their handball over the Paddy on his left boot, goes to Lee, bounced in front of him. Paddy says it bowled over, up I said play on, still a hot ball. Dean came, another strong tackle. Now it's with Prismal, left boot, grubber inside 50, quick handball now to Pizzuto, dispossessed, bouncing ball goes to Scudamore, kicks across the body.
Good pressure.
One behind. to Chris Scudamore. Margin now 19 points. 8-10-58 Albion. Werribee Districts 5-9-39. 24 minutes gone.
You just feel they probably need one goal. At least one more before three-quarter time, the Tigers. Oh, Savage played on and then ran into a bit of trouble. Lee almost smothered it. It comes to Montalto. He's at right half forward. Kicks into the pocket. Almost a mark there to Lee. Pizzuto mops up. Hooks it back to full forward. Paddy's there. Roves it. Morrow's got it. Hand pass over the top. Dean hooks it back and misses again.
They are bombarding.
They're peppering the goals. And Dean with his second behind. It's an even 3 goals. 5-10 Werribee, 8-10 Albion. 24 and a half gone. Savage pokes a dangerous kick. Dean gets in the way, gets it, forces the turnover. Prismal throws it onto the boot, hacked it straight up in the air. Here's a chance for Morrow. Barged his way through and got caught high, did he? He did get caught high. And he'll have the set shot from 50 out.
Game on now.
Brent Morrow with a chance to cut the margin to 2 goals. Matty Dean's been huge in the last few minutes, had a few really, really big moments.
He's had a couple of in the comic cuts too, just quietly. Copped one very unprotected on that across the centre wing area, and then he's copped another one in the same area there. I think it's sort of a ribs stomach issue.
I feel like he's spurred on by this extra attention. Morrow from outside 50 wobbles through the goal. And the Tigers, they'll be spurred on by that. 12 points in it. A couple of minutes to three-quarter time. 6-10-46. Albion 8-10-58. Morrow with his first. And they ease a little bit closer, Werribee Districts. What a game. What a round of football we've got going on. And with the thank you to the live updates on the WRFL website. This is just interesting theatre to be a part of.
Closest Werribee's been since the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
St Albans by a point over Altona, 9-8, 62 to 8, 13, 61.
Back in the middle, O'Brien won it, but it's McMahon with the clearance. Got it to Paddy. He kicks a high ball to centre half forward. Pizzuto almost picked it up. Left it behind Morrow with great hands. Got it to Montalto. Inside 50. Molives on the bounce. Beautiful pick up, centering ball. Scudamore marks in the square. Goes bang and missed.
Should have gone back into the set shot.
Didn't know he was under pressure. Thought he had the easy goal to point. 11 points the margin now. Albion 8-10-58. Werribee District 6-11-47.
Oh boy, Savage goes short into his defensive back pocket for Sashu, who marks. They're holding on for grim life at the moment, the Cats. There's been a whistle, has it? No, he's just called play on. Thought it was for something else. Contest at right half forward for the Tigers. Chance for the Cats. Diving in there was Scott Polycarpou. And there will be a ball up.
Yeah, the Cats have just dropped some numbers back behind the play here now, trying to stem the tide.
Oh, absolutely necessary. Montalto, he's been important as well. Lost it though, straight to O'Brien. He gave it over the top to Taylor, who was caught by 2 Tigers. Seawick applies the pressure. Pizzuto barged his way through. Got rid of it just before. Clever little soccer by Prismal. Finds it into the hands of Ali Fracco. Hoists it back to full forward. Last roll of the dice here for the Tigers. It's off hands. Paddy's close to the line. Lets it go for Lee. Was he caught high? Yes, he was. Free kick to Trent Lee. 30 out, up against the boundary. And you wouldn't back against him. Prismal wants it. I think Lee would be wise to back himself in.
So the siren doesn't sound.
To bring it within a goal. He runs out. Wobbles it up in the air. It's going nowhere near it. It's still in play and it's fisted away from Molivas, who tried to have a play at it. It's a behind, off hands. 6-12-48 Werribee Districts. Albion 8-10-58. 28 and a half gone in the third term.
Yeah, they just stopped running the Cats from behind.
Savage sends it out the broadcast side. Sashu sets himself and takes a strong mark.
Good mark.
Ooh, wanted to play on. The shades of Adelaide, Sydney there for a moment. Up the wing. Dufty presents up the ground, not getting much of it inside 50, so he works up the wing. He's got it backwards of centre wing. Pokes a kick up in the direction there of O'Brien, who's able to take the mark. He's got an open 50. O'Keefe's there, who's calling for it. He pops a kick wide. It's poorly weighted, and they're able to kill it, the Tigers there, happily, and it's three-quarter time. An eventful...
That's keeping Newport Power in the Auburndale game pretty interesting. Well, let's get to the last quarter here.
30 minutes for the Tigers to see if they can keep their season alive. It's well and truly a possibility, but the Cats go forward. Rainbow was a chance, but the Tigers mop up. It's that man again, Nathan Black. Sends a high ball up the wing. Jose protected the drop zone nicely enough. Coming up to meet it there, unable to pressure, holding the man. Free kick to Ryan Harrington on centre wing for the Tigers. Pokes a kick up, but Tina put on good pressure there on Prismal, but he took the mark instead. Wheels onto his left boot, kicks it up towards half forward. Molavas takes the mark. He wants to move it quickly as well. Pops into the pocket. Lee, protected it beautifully. Marks in the pocket, runs in, and he sprayed it. And it's a behind. Oh, boy.
These around the body kicks. All he had to do was straighten up.
He could have kicked the drop punt.
Yep.
It's a 9-point lead to the Cats. We saw a lot of this. They struggled to get it out of defence last quarter. Savage puts it out of in front of Nelson. Then applies the pressure, but it comes out to Dean, who pokes it inside the 50. Lee again. It bounces straight to Montalto, who runs in, and he misses. They're kicking points galore, but at this rate, they'll probably get there with points. They're scoring it at such a frenetic rate. They're down by 8.
Might come back to bottom on the bottom.
It might indeed. Savage again, this time more direct down the middle. Montalto flies from the back. Here's a chance for Molavas. Sweeps the hand pass over to Scudamore, who's been huge. Sends the Tigers inside 50. Up they fly. Harrington had contact from the back. Jose tried to apply the pressure on her. Thompson gave it to Savage. Back to Thompson. It's been turned over. Comes out to Scudamore. Hooks it back to full forward. They didn't go for it. Then Savage let it go. Polycarpou comes in. Strong tackle, holding the ball.
Morrow with the tackle.
Around the grounds, boys. Yarraville 11-6-72. Newport 6-5-35. Sorry, 41.
8 points the difference. The ball is in Brent Morrow's hands. He'll kick from 40. Angled slightly right of centre, but pretty much straight in front.
Right-hand goalpost, Pep. Bit of swing.
Yep. This to bring it within a goal. Brent Morrow.
There it is.
Kicks the goal. And they're within 2 points. 2 goals to Brent Morrow. 7-14-56 the Tigers. The Cats 8-10-58. 3 gone. Final term.
Three-quarter times. St Albans 11-9-75. Altona 8-13-61.
Oh, Jesus. We got 2 points here.
So what are we? We're 4 minutes in front plus. How long's a break at three-quarter time?
Yeah,
7.
7. So we're 11 minutes in front of them.
All right, back in the middle. 2 points the margin now. It's the clearance goes to Pizzuto. It's a high ball to centre half forward. Players stall now.
Who's he going to play this
in
for?
front has to take the mark.
Yep, good decision.
So Bettina now moves along quickly.
We get a recording of that, Smackers?
Dean running back with the flight, did well there. It's been hit a couple of times, but Cats still gain possession. They handball back there to Thompson, kick inside 50. They need a mark, and they got one. Upton takes an uncontested mark on his chest in the right forward pocket. Hard up against the boundary line, though. We'll have to kick it about 35.
That's what you love about footy, isn't it? The unpredictability of a last round that looked like, seriously.
Yeah, petering out.
St Albans undermanned, don't win, can't win. Boom, Altona win, keep in. Love it.
So Upton comes in, kicks on its way. It's not going to make the distance. Punch through, one behind. Margin 3 points now Albion 8-11-59, lead Werribee District 7-14-56. 4.5 gone, final quarter.
So now the Tigers with the challenge to see if they can get it out of their back half easily. Nathan Black marks from the kick in, got it from Harkins, works it short up the line. McGuinness still inside defensive 50 at left half back, pokes it short. Montalto, he wants to play on, the umpire calls it eventually. The hand pass comes out again to Ali Fracco, kicks in the Pizzuto direction, might have had his arms chopped, it spills to Seawick at the front, and he is escorted over the boundary line. He'll be tossed in on centre wing on the outer side.
Yeah, just one thing Chris O'Keefe mentioned was their fitness in some of the games that after half-time that they fell away in. Well, it's coming to show here now at the moment.
At the stoppage, Thompson had his hands on it. Moyle laid the tackle on Pizzuto, then Pizzuto got it again. Mitch Wilson goes in to help out for the Cats. There'll be a ball up. 7-14 to 8-11. It's Albion by 3. At the ball up, Moyle wins the stoppage, didn't try very hard to get rid of it, lost the football. Savage knocks it to the advantage of his teammate. Sashu comes in, finds some space, gets away from Morrow, kicks nicely out in the direction of Nelson. He kicks it up to half forward for the Cats. Rainbow left it behind and it was overrun by Plumridge. Here's a chance for... in the pocket for the Cats, it was O'Keefe who tried to ghost onto it. A hook kick back towards full forward. Here's a chance. Black got in the way. Dufty dives in, picks it up, couldn't keep it in. Throw in. 20 metres out from the Cats' goal.
Crossing are having a monstrous game today. 18-1220, Windavale 1-6-12.
Toss back in. Right forward pocket for the Cats, but it's going to be Donnan with the clearance for Werribee. Kicks it to half forward, but running back with the flight beautifully there. It's James Thompson, moves it on quickly, kicks to half forward. Mark taken there by James Taylor. Now he's called to play on, so he just has to get boot the ball quickly, goes inside 50. No mark taken. Now the Cats look to clear through Dean. And now they get Seawick there. His handball's knocked down. Donnan there again. Gets the kick away. Bouncing ball in the Prismal direction, paddled it back nicely. Now they still gain possession of the Tigers. They look to run, a quick kick, Prismal on the wrong side, clears Bettina. So we get the one hand in. Alafranco came in, but as Bettina did really well, stood up strong. One possession, now the ball's with Savage. He's tackled hard yet again. O'Brien handballs into space, out of bounds. Right in front of the scoreboard.
The way this is going, Kev, they might be playing for your cup again next week.
Yeah. Wow.
So we're going to throw in centre wing, outer side.
Yeah, haven't had many updates from the Sunshine Deer Park game.
No, they're 40 points.
40 points according to the app, yes, but that hasn't been updated for a while.
Dean got the clearance in the Seawack direction. He's gang tackled. And the ball rolls out of bounds.
Sunshine 12-10-82, Deer Park 6-9-45. So that's a progress final term score.
Spotty 9-7 to Lakers 8-3.
It's a game on there as well. It's exciting, the final round here in Division 1. Toss back, O'Brien got it back to Moyle. He gets the clearing kick. Plumridge in front, took a strong mark in front of O'Keefe. This looks like he might be playing at half forward for the time being. So Plumridge doesn't look for the switch, goes back down the line, looking for McMahon, but in front was O'Brien. So Cats gain possession. Yeah, tackled, don't bump sometimes, but they get lucky. Ball spills out of bounds, where they throw in next to the Albion interchange bench. 8.5 gone, final quarter.
Werribee Tigers have gone down against the Northern Blues, 16-9 to 10-16. The Doggies are a point down to Port Adelaide.
Throw in on centre wing. Rucks go at it. McMahon in good position at the back, wins it down, but only as far as the Cats. Thrown onto the boot there. High ball to half forward, and nicely done. Adam Harkins takes the defensive mark of the Tigers. Wants to move it quickly. Kicks out wide and finds his target there in Prismal. Gets onto his left. Dufty got in the way. Gives the hand pass running by now to Harkins again. Off half back. Kick was Paul. And Savage floated back and took the mark. Works it straight down the guts. It spills off hands and it was overrun by Prismal, and then caught in the strong tackle was Scott Polycarpou, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. And the app says Altona with the opening goal of the final term. They're within 7 points of St Albans in the early stages over there. the stoppage. Moyle wins it off the pack, gives the hand pass backwards. Oh, his kick by Taylor went straight into Prismal's hands. Wobbles a kick inside 50, was horrible. Pizzuto got it from Molovas and he kicks a behind. Oh, anything to put one through the big sticks for the Tigers.
Might kick themselves out of this game, you know.
Yep.
7-15-57 Albion, 8-11-59. Long ball out of defence. Oh, O'Brien just launched himself, couldn't bring down the mark. Then Morrow comes up with it, slipped the hand pass looking for McMahon. Picked up by Moyle, confronted by Scudamore. Got caught, boot to ball straight to Donnan. Kicks inside the 50, Pizzuto. Let it go, Bailey James in traffic. Gives it over the top. Clever little tap, it's in the congestion. Great defence by the Cats, they hold things up. They are pressing hard, the Tigers. 2 points down at the 10-minute mark of the final term.
Toss back up, dangerous spot for the Cats defenders. Ball spills to the back of the pack. Another pack forms, we're going to get another ball up. Great desperation here by the Tigers. It's 1 point. It's now the margin for St Albans over Altona. Umpire restarts play. It's tapped into a dangerous spot. Lee runs onto it, paddles it forward, gathers now, handballs back in the Pizzuto direction. Slipped. Umpire said play on. No high tackle, throw in. Pizzuto have a word to his opponent there. But we're going to throw in about 30 around.
Smackers should be wrapped if you're Chris O'Keefe. They've really had a dip today, haven't they?
Yeah, and their backline's held up for the amount of ball that's been in there since after half-time. They've done well out.
McMahon wins it, got it to Montalto. Ball spills back to Prismal. He's dispossessed. No holding there. Taylor grabs it for the Cats. They look to clear with a high ball from Wilson to centre wing. But a good mark running back with a flight by McGuinness. Moves it on quickly. Gives it to Black. Short ball to half forward. Diving down lows Montalto. Gathered on the bounce. Umpire says I'll ball it up. Could have almost been in the back there. But we'll get a ball up left half forward for Werribee.
All tied up, St Albans and Altona, 75 apiece in the final term. Taylor knocks it forward for the Cats. Ali Fracco's well set at half-back, gives it to Black. He can send them up towards half-forward. Bettina's got front position, but Morrow flew from the back and took the mark. He's about 60 out. He's got too far out to score. Sends it to full forward. Molovas, oh, they got in his way. Has to go and get it himself. Applies the pressure on Sashu. Comes out to the side. Moyle lays a strong tackle. Slips out to the side. Here's a chance for Jose. Runs in and hits the post. They're getting closer, the Tigers, but that one hit the woodwork. It's a point the difference. 12 gone, final term.
Jesus, how's the pace on him? The breakaway did everything right.
Unbelievable. Savage sends it out of defence in the direction of Scott Polycarp, who had it fisted away from the smaller man. Scudamore got it back to Pizzuto and then he was caught. They'll ball it up at right half forward.
There's some great one-on-one efforts here. There's some tired boys from both sides, but more so Albion. There's a few of their boys going up and down on the one spot.
So umpire restarts play. O'Brien wins it. Can the Tigers get the clearance? They had possession, they've lost it now. Running away was Moyle to high ball. Looks like it's going to be marked by Black. It is uncontested centre wing.
He's got numbers here.
Goes short. Scudamore marks. Turns around, plays on immediately. He's a low ball. Interesting kick. Harrington left it behind. Sashow got it. Got the handball away. Now the Cats go forward. Upton marks centre wing. Moves it on quickly to half forward. Good spoil there by Harris. Oh, good. And Black there came in, used his body really well. Ball now just trickles inside 50. He runs out of bounds. Throw in.
A lot of drama in Division 1, but also in Division 3, boys. North Sunshine 11-17-83, Parkside 8-7-55.
I'd like to hear the next score. The Dragons.
So we throw in now inside 50 for the Cats. O'Brien wins it, but the Tigers run away with it. Scudamore with the clearing kick, bouncing ball goes in the Seawick direction. Copped the shocking bounce though. Now, good tackle, James, the young fella, first gamer. Strong tackle there on centre wing. Desperation here by the Tigers as they look to keep their finals hopes alive.
Like his style, Bailey James doesn't take a backward step. Had the stoppage in the middle. O'Brien wins it down for the Cats, but barging through inside 50. It's going to be a mark to Molovas. Leads up out of the square and takes the mark. And he can go back and put the Tigers in front. St Albans lead by a point. And you can assume it's midway through the final term there too. Maybe a few minutes earlier. But Chris Molovas can return Werribee to the lead.
First time for
They haven't led, Pep.
Okay.
They haven't led yet, Pep.
I was going to ask when they led.
40 out. Molovas
He's got it.
squeezes
They lead
it
now.
through. We've seen him do that before. 8-16-64 Werribee Districts. Albion 8-11-59. It's a 5-point ball game. At the 15-minute mark of the final term, St Albans have added a goal. They lead Altona by 7.
And in the other game that has bearing in Division 3, Sunshine Heights have a 12-point lead over the Wyndham Suns with 7 minutes to go.
When was the last time Albion kicked a goal, Willow?
11.5-minute mark, third quarter. Dufty put them out to 34 points at that stage. They were up by 35 at the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. That's been cut to a 5-point lead now to the Tigers as they restart play. But it's Albion going forward. Dufty marks on his chest. He has. Right place, right time. Wasn't a great kick inside 50, but he was in front. He took the front, took a little of a juggling mark in front of McGuinness.
What are you shaking your head at, Smackers?
Just the ruck. Yeah, Harrington was in the ruck then. I don't know where's Big McMahon gone.
He's having a rest.
Yeah, well, you don't need him to rest now. They've just won a centre clearance and going to put him back in front.
He's back on now, Smackers.
Yeah, too late.
They might not have any season to play if they don't...
No, that's right.
So Marty Dufty coming in for goal number 4 and to give the Cats the lead yet again. He's got it. He's been brilliant this afternoon, Martin Dufty. 4 goals too, and he's given the Cats the lead again by 1 point at the 16.5-minute mark of the final quarter. Albion 9-11-65 lead Werribee Districts 8-16-64.
Yeah, it just all started. They had complete control in the middle of the ground, and for some unknown reason, Harrington ended up in the ruck, and they took full advantage. The Cats then.
The 17th minute of the final term. Cats by a point. Back in the middle. McMahon wins it down, but it comes straight to O'Keefe. Gives it over the top to Wilson, who pumps the Cats inside 50. Dufty again takes the mark out in front of McGuinness. He'll have to kick it 50 or so to carry the journey.
I think the bike club meets down the street. One of the little rooms down past the scout hall.
There's still plenty of time in this game, whether this is a goal or not, but it'll help the Cats. A point up at the moment. Dufty lining up for his 5th. Gets very close to the man on the mark. It's not going to have the distance.
On the full.
It missed way right of the target, and it is out of bounds on the full.
So the free kick in the left back pocket for the Tigers go to Plumridge.
The draw's no good for Werribee this week, Willow.
Well, is it? Yeah, if Altona lose.
Yeah, it is too.
So the kick in goes in the McMahon direction. Pizzuto does the roving. Picked up there by Paddy. Just gets boot to ball. Came off well. Molovas marks. Left half back. Now driving ball in the Lee direction. Played in front. Good fist by Whelan out of bounds. Throw in right next to the Werribee interchange bench. We've got 18.25 minutes of the final quarter. 1 point lead to the Cats. And we got scores level between St Albans and Altona again. 82 apiece out there.
Dear, oh dear.
Now we're throwing back in. O'Brien reaches over the top. Paddy comes away from the stoppage. Runs to 45. It's a wobbly floater. Got the sit principle. Ball goes to the back. Did anyone touch it?
That's a goal.
It's a goal! Werribee in front. They didn't pay the illegal. Wasn't a great attempt. Whatever that one is, unrealistic attempt. They caught the goal.
It could have been paid.
It could. Jordan Paddy gives Werribee the lead yet again. It is 9-16-70 lead. Albion 9-11-65. 19 gone final quarter.
I'm sure Reece Prismal's been told to take a flying leap on several occasions. That's the most successful one he's ever had.
Without getting his hands on it.
It wasn't a pretty kick from Paddy either.
No, it floated. It bounced true, though. Back in the middle, McMahon's in the ruck, but he lost the contest. Scudamore sharked it, though. His kick was high up and under. It goes straight out towards the scoreboard. Paddy's onto it for the Tigers. Coming up from half forward, there was young Bailey James. Did really nice, then laid the Shepherd. Pizzuto let it go over his head at half forward, and Savage ghosts onto it, kicks up to half forward. Straight to McMillan.
Altona lead by a point.
They've got to get going, the Tigers. They got their fingers crossed that St Albans get it done. Up to half forward, Morrow removes his opponent, then dropped the mark he should have taken. Rove the pack, kick to full forward. Molavas at the back. Can he pick it up in the goal square? He does. He loses it. It's socked off the ground. Molavas kicks the goal. Calamity on the goal line for the Cats. Molavas with his third. And the Tigers are out by 11 points. 10-16-76, Albion 9-11-65. We're into time on in the final term, but it all counts for nothing if Altona wins, and they lead by a point at the moment. Smackers is trying to get me to spare the thoughts.
St Albans are 5 points up.
Well, they've kicked a goal, have they?
Yep.
Wow. What an amazing
I reckon they're listening to this game and we're listening to their game, and there's something's going on between the two.
So we're back in the middle.
The common denominator.
McMahon wins it. Clearance goes the way of the Cats. Bouncing ball to half forward. Montalto did well, just hacked it out of me there. Bouncing ball, bullet sip from Pizzuto. Paddled it to himself. Now kicks inside 50, looking for a mark. Molavas! Again. He's marked it. 20 out directly in front. It's a big last quarter by the Tigers.
I tell you who's had a big last quarter across half-back, Montalto. He's just won some crucial one-on-ones, and that one there, he led his opponent to the ball and just he kicked it off the ground. It got 25 metres and allowed Pizzuto to run onto it to find Molavas.
He's had a great second half, Montalto, not just the last quarter. He was huge in the third as well.
And the ball's with Molavas for a 17-point lead, if you can believe. Comes in, kicks on its way, he's got it. It's going to be hard for the Cats to come back from here. We've played 21 and a half minutes, a 17-point lead now to Werribee Districts, 11-16-82 to 9-11-65.
Yeah, full credit to Werribee after half-time. They've been sensational. They got that form from last week, the physicality, their tackling pressure, their work rate, everything's just lifted, and Molavas has been the key down in the forward line along with Morrow. They've clunked some handy marks, and full credit to them, but Albion, they're up and down on the one spot now.
They got the big guns in the middle too, the Tigers. Lee, Dean, Scudamore, McMahon in ruck. Up against O'Brien, Marty Dufty's kicked 4 goals. He's in the middle for the Cats. It's flicked out to the side. Taylor comes off the wing to try and collect it, leaves it behind. O'Keefe puts his body on the line. Scudamore tried to get it to Dean. McMahon jumped in. Paddy dives on top of O'Keefe, and they'll ball it up. Still inside the centre square. 22 and a half gone. Final term. Werribee by 17 points.
Got an update that Sunshine of 14-10, Deer Park is 6-10.
From the stoppage, McMahon won it straight down to Dean. He was caught as soon as he took possession. They'll ball it up again.
Sunshine locking up top 3.
Yep, double chances. Smacker said deserved it probably. If you look back on the season.
Yep. They're going to play for your cup next week, Kev, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it does. Hoppers and...
It's going to be a huge game at the stoppage. Dean again.
If the siren goes at that other game.
Dean wrapped up. He's a little slow to rise again.
Yeah, a bit of experience, Pep. Bit of experience. Slowing down.
I'm hurt.
But he's been belted a few times.
He probably is actually hurt. Both rucks had a share of it. O'Keefe throws it on the boot. Didn't gain any territory, but he kicked it out to wing. Seaweck battles with Nelson. They both had a share of it. Seaweck emerges with the footy and passes up the line for Lee, who let it go. Tackled by Bench and wins a free kick for it. High contact spotted by Smackers himself. He's got a keen eye. Jordan Paddy takes the mark. Wants to go backwards.
They're going to run the clock down. It's a bit early for that, boys.
I don't like running the clock down at the 24-minute mark. Black can use Harris. It's all right if the Cats aren't manning up. Plumridge offers an option short. Harris plays on, sends a high ball up the wing in the McGuinness direction. He took hands to it and then let it go. Comes up to Molavas, got it up to Scudamore, shrugged the tackle, had to split the difference and did. Kicks up towards half forward. Up they come. Well done there by the Cats. Slipped out there by Wilson, and he was paid a throw. And they've won the advantage. Prismal from outside 50.
It's still in.
It's still in? No, now it's gone over. It's a handy behind. It makes it an even 3 goals, and it means
down the middle he's gone.
The Cats need to score 4 goals to win. From the back, Montalto hit the contest hard. Roved by O'Keefe. Hand passes forward of the play to Whelan. Takes a bounce down the outer wing. Slips the hand pass to Sloman. Running through the middle of Soldiers Reserve. Kicks to full forward. They fly. Machete couldn't bring it down. He roved his own pack. Then was jumped on by 3 Tigers. And the umpire will ball it up 40 metres out from the Cats' goal. They trail by 18 points.
And that's Plummery, Jep. We haven't seen that desperation in the first half, but we've seen it in the second half, and that's just the spirit of Werribee after half time.
O'Brien won it down, but Lee got the clearance to the kick off the ground. Went to Morrow, got Dean running past. Good handball there. Now the kick goes to Molavas. Marks out in front. Centre wing out of side. Now he plays on, wheels on that left boot, goes in the Pizzuto direction, gathers on the bounce. Can't shrug the tackle this time. Ball, holding the ball's the decision. Free kick, right back pocket for the Cats. Now they kick it down the centre wing. It's going to come back. Dean takes the mark uncontested.
Final score, boys. The Heights have got up, so they're in. They've beaten Wyndham Suns 8-8-56 to 6-10-46.
And the Roadrunners look like winning for nothing, Kev.
Yeah, well, that's bad luck for them, but Heights obviously deserve their spot.
So Werribee District just passed it around the handball now. Ends up with Donnan. He's wrapped up in a tackle at centre half forward. We get a ball up, and it's a 5-point lead still to St Albans over Altona. We're going to get a ball up.
4
26 and a quarter minutes gone, final quarter. Trying to barge, holding the ball. Decision being paid. Free kick to the Cats. Centre half back. It's going the way of Wilson. Moves it on quickly. Kicks out wide, 2-on-1. James might get there for the Tigers. He does. He receives the handball in some space. Now kicks inside 50. Can anyone take the mark? Prismal. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Free kick's been paid against Prismal. Free kick under the Cats. Running out of half-back there is O'Keefe. Did well, found Sloman in the middle.
Altona have kicked a point.
Sloman can bring it out the broadcast sign. You're right, it's a 4-point lead to St Albans. But here it's the Tigers by 18 points. Jesse Thompson has it on the broadcast wing for the Cats. Kicks them inside the 50. Great mark in defence by McGuinness. They've done all they can do, Werribee Districts. They hold up their end of the bargain and beat Albion by 18 points. While elsewhere, they rely on St Albans, who lead by 2 points at the moment over Altona, which can only be late in the final term. But here, Werribee Districts come from behind. 8-11-17-83 to 9-11-65. An 18-point victory, and their hopes of a finals berth hangs in the hands of St Albans. Chris Molavas kicked 4 goals for the Tigers, 2 to Brent Morrow and singles to Pizzuto, Lee, Harrington, Jose and Paddy, while Marty Dufty kicked 4 goals for the Cats. He was one of their best, 2 to James Thompson and singles to Bench, Taylor and Wilson. So we have to sit and wait as the scores filter through, but at the moment St Albans are in front by 2 points over Altona, and we can only imagine not long to go in that match. We'll have to await confirmation of a final score. We're going to take a break on 88.9 Win FM. There's every chance on the other side we'll have confirmation.
You're listening to the WRFL Match of the Day, thanks to Bridgestone Tyres, St Albans and Hoppers Crossing, proud sponsors of 88.9 Win FM. Whether you're looking for a new or used car, genuine parts and accessories, finance, maintenance or service, trust the Alan Mance team that's been kicking goals for 38 years. See alanmance.com.au for their latest offers. Alan Mance, driving sat...